Hello and welcome to the Surya Namaskar practice, also known as Sun Salutations. With me, I'm Jess. This is a full body mixed levels practice, primarily focusing today on Surya Namaskar A and B. We're going to be starting today's practice standing at the top of the mat. So when you're ready, roll out your mats and I'll see you there. Okay, standing at the top of the mat, take your feet hip distance apart. Take a minute to ground down through the feet. Slight tuck of the pelvis. Relax the shoulders down, gaze forwards, palms face forwards as well. Open the hands. You can close your eyes if you feel comfortable to, or you can soften the gaze down. Just take a moment to come into your breath here, tuning into the body. Take a minute to notice how you feel today. Take 3 more breaths here on your own. Slowly open your eyes if they were closed. And on your next breath in, we inhale, reach the arms all the way up and overhead, extended mountain pose, gaze up towards the hands. Exhale, we're going to dive forwards into our forward fold, Uttanasana. Slight bend at the knees, hinge forwards at the hips. Torso is heavy as the crown of the head comes down towards the ground. You can keep your fingertips on the mat and sway gently from side to side, or you might want to grab opposite hand with opposite elbow here and ragdoll. Relax the back of your neck. Stay for one more breath. And then exhale. Fingertips come to the mat and we step both feet back, coming into phalakasana, plank pose. You can keep your knees up or you can lower them down for your half plank, you choose. Inhale here. Exhale to lower all the way to the belly with control. Pressing into the tops of the feet, bringing the hands underneath the shoulders, lift the chest, coming into our baby cobra, bhujangasana. Inhale. Exhale, forehead to the mat. From here, we're going to press back to our downward facing dog, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Lift the hips up and back. You can pedal out the heels. You can tick-tock the hips from side to side. So we're going to do 4 more rounds of Sun Salutation A, Surya Namaskar A, to warm up the body, and then we'll move on to our B variation. So when you're ready, take one big breath in. Exhale to bend the knees, gaze towards the hands, and we're going to step to the top of the mat. Take as many steps as you need to get there. We come to our Uttanasana forward fold. Feet hip distance apart, relax the back of the neck. On your next breath in, we're going to find our halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. So we want to find a flat back. You can press your hands into your shins, lifting the chest halfway. The spine is long. Exhale, back to your Uttanasana forward fold. Bend the knees, we're going to roll back up to standing, back to Tadasana. Keep the momentum going, we reach the arms all the way up and overhead. Gaze up to the hands. As you breathe out, hands come to heart. Anjali Mudra. Take a moment to take a breath. And exhale. Release your hands and reach them all the way up and overhead. Extended mountain pose. Exhale to dive down, Uttanasana. Inhale for your halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale to step back to plank. Inhale here. Exhale, knees can lower, coming down to the belly. Inhale to lift the chest, bhujangasana, cobra. Exhale, we head back to Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog, lift the hips up and back. Inhale in your dog. Exhale. 3 more rounds. When you're ready, bend the knees, gaze towards the hands, step to the top of the mat, forward fold. On your next breath in, find your flat back, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Big breath in as we rise up to Tadasana. Reach your arms up, gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart. Take a breath in. And a long breath out. Inhale to reach the arms all the way up. As you breathe out, we dive down Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale to step back to plank. Option now to take your chaturanga if you'd prefer, rolling forwards on the toes and lowering down for your chaturanga. Option here to take up dog, or you can take bhujangasana if you'd prefer. And we meet back in our downward facing dog when you're ready. 2 more rounds. Inhale to bend the knees, gaze towards the hands, step to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale to fold. Inhale to your Tadasana, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands come to heart. Inhale here, pause for a breath. Exhale. Reach your arms all the way up. Exhale, Uttanasana, all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale to step back to plank, option to chaturanga, or you can lower down and take your cobra if you'd prefer, you choose. And let's meet in downward facing dog. Take a deep breath when you get there. Inhale. Exhale. Bend the knees, gaze towards the hands, step to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Bend the knees, rise up to standing, reach up. Exhale. Anjali Mudra, hands to heart. Pause for a breath. Inhale to reach the arms up, gaze up. Exhale to dive forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, or you can take cobra, bhujangasana. Exhale for your downward facing dog. Option to take child's pose, balasana if you'd prefer. We're going to take 3 breaths wherever you are, so you can stay in Ardha Mukha Svanasana, or you can take balasana, you choose. Nice. If you were in child's pose, come and meet us in downward facing dog. And then when you're ready, bend the knees, gaze towards the hands, and we step to the top of the mat. Come into your Uttanasana forward fold. From here, we're going to head into our Utkatasana chair pose. So grounding down through the feet hip distance apart, bend the knees, send the hips back, lift the chest, reach your hands forward, sinking the hips down, Utkatasana chair pose. Tuck the pelvis in and gaze forward. Spread the fingertips nice and wide. Let's find some energy in the fingertips here. Inhale. Exhale to sink the hips. Can you go any lower? Stay for one more breath here. Exhale. Slowly release back to your Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, we find our halfway lift. Exhale, we're going to step the right foot back and pivot on the back foot. Back foot is in a 45-degree angle. Bending into the left knee, we lift up. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Reach the arms up. Torso facing towards the top of the mat. Opening through the chest. You can gaze up towards your hands if you like. Find a gentle back bend here. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly we release, hands come back down to the mat, and we step the left foot back to meet the right. Option to take your chaturanga here, or you can knees, chest, and lift up to cobra, you choose. Inhaling when you lift, exhaling back to downward dog. Take a deep breath when you get to your dog. Exhale, empty it out. Bend the knees, gaze towards the hands and step to the top of the mat. Find your uttanasana. We're heading back into our utkatasana, so bend the knees, send your weight back and lift the chest. Reach the hands forward, chair pose. Inhale. Exhale to sink the hips. You might find your legs start to shake. We're building some heat, building strength. Inhale for one more breath. Exhale. Slowly release back to your forward fold. Nice. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale. We step the left foot back this time. Pivot on the back foot. Lift the chest. Come up into your Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Inhale to reach with the hands. Gaze up if you like. Exhale. We stay for one more breath here. Slowly release, hands come back to the mat, and we step the right foot back to meet the left. Option to chaturanga, or you can lower the knees and lower down to the belly. Lift up, up dog or cobra. And let's meet back in our downward facing dog. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Take a deep breath when you get there. Exhale. Press the left heel into the earth and we lift the right leg. Right leg lifts for your three-legged dog. Exhale to bend the right knee and squeeze it into the chest. And then place your right knee down by your right wrist. We're going to find our pigeon pose, kapotasana. So coming onto the top of the left thigh. You can stay in an upright position. Careful not to dump all of your weight into your right hip. We really want to roll onto the top of the left thigh. Keep a nice open chest. Option to stay upright, or you can come down to a more restorative version onto the forearms. I'm going to stay here for 3 more breaths. Slowly use your hands to lift yourself back up if you were down on your forearms. Curl the back toes under, pick up the back knee and step back to your downward dog. You can wiggle the hips from side to side to reset. And we go on the other side, so press the right heel into the earth and lift the left leg. Three-legged dog. Exhale to bend the left knee and squeeze it into the chest. And then set your left knee down by your left wrist. And we come into our kapotasana on the other side. Pigeon pose. Inhale to lift the chest, rolling onto the top of the right thigh. Exhale, option to stay upright like this, or you can come down to the forearms. And we stay here for 3 breaths. Use your hands to press yourself back up, and then we send the weight into the left hip, swing the back leg round, and we come to lay on our backs. Keep the knees up, feet flat on the mat, and shuffle your heels in towards your glutes. Keep your feet hip distance apart, and press your lower back into the mat. Press your palms into the earth, and we head into our bridge pose. So when you're ready, lift the hips, squeeze the glutes. Inhale when you get to the top. Exhale, slowly lower the hips back down. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale one last time, hold when you get to the top. Option to find a bind with your hands here so you can interlace the fingers and open through the chest. Squeeze the glutes, stay for one more breath here. Inhale. Slowly release the bind if you had it, and lower the hips down to the mat. Pull the knees into the chest, and you can rock gently from side to side. Slowly release. Bring the soles of the feet together and allow the knees to fall out from side to side for your supta, baddah, konasana, butterfly legs. You might want some extra support underneath the knees, perhaps some blocks or a couple of cushions if it's a little intense. Rest your hands on your belly or by your sides. Close your eyes if you haven't already. We'll stay here for 5 breaths. Very slowly use your hands to bring your knees back together and extend the legs out long. Let's find our savasana. So you can take the feet as wide as you like. Allow your feet to splay out. You want your palms facing up. And pull your shoulders down and away from your ears. This is our final resting pose of the class today. So do what you need to get yourself comfortable here. And close your eyes again if you haven't already. And slowly we start to tune back into the body and the breath. We'll stay here for 10 breaths before I'll bring us back and close this practice. Very slowly starting to wiggle the fingers and the toes, find some small movements. Maybe start to circle the ankles and the wrists. Maybe roll the head from side to side. Maybe bend the knees and then slowly pull the knees into the chest. Invitation to stay in Shavasana for as long as you like. If you're ready to close this practice with me now, rolling onto one side when you're ready, and press yourself up to a seat. A cross-legged seat, Sukhasana. So you can keep your eyes closed here if you like. Sitting up nice and tall, relax the shoulders. Rest your hands wherever they fall, and let's finish this practice here with one final deep breath in together. So when you're ready, inhale through the nose. Open your mouth and sigh it out. slowly open your eyes if they were closed. And that's it. That's the end of the practice. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope you enjoyed the class. Don't forget to like the video, leave me a comment, let me know what you thought of the practice today, and of course subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you for the next class, and as always, have a wonderful day.